Welcome to Hays Post News. I'm Becky Kaiser. The City of Hays is at impasse with the International Association of Firefighters Union regarding wages. IAFF, representing 18 Hays firefighters, is proposing pay increases of 5% for firefighters and 7% for fire lieutenants. According to Assistant Hays City Manager Paul Brasino, the city has proposed a one-time 2% bonus for firefighters.
The City of Hays firefighters have received a pay increase every year since 1989, with the exception of 2011, which is very important to note because sales tax revenues were negative the previous year. So therefore, historically, when negative sales tax occurs, no merit or COLA is given the following year to prevent ongoing expenditures that could be potentially unsustainable. Sales tax is currently a negative 1.18, as I mentioned just previously, and projected to end at negative 2%. The city's general fund is primarily funded with sales tax, and the largest expenditure within our general fund is salaries, so they are directly related.
The next step in the IAFF contract process is making a mediation request through the Kansas Public Employee Relations Board. The two other employee unions, representing about 78 workers, have tentatively agreed to the city's proposal. All non-union employees would receive also the same 2% one-time bonus. The City of Hays has a total of 181 employees. The Ellis County Commission received 5 bids Wednesday for construction of the new EMS Rural Fire Building at 22nd Street and General Hays Road. Commercial Builders of Hays submitted the lowest bid of $3.48 million. The other bids ranged up to $3.78 million. In December, you may recall, the commissioners rejected the first round of bids after they all came in over the $3.5 million budget estimate. Ellis County Administrator Greg Sund anticipates the commission awarding the bid at its next meeting, July 7th, although commissioners could schedule a special meeting later this month to speed up the process. A Northwest Kansas man was killed when his truck was hit by a train in Logan County Wednesday evening. The Kansas Highway Patrol reports a 2009 Dodge Ram driven by 29-year-old Adam S. Meska of Winona was southbound on Front Street in Page City. As the pickup crossed the railroad tracks about 5:40 p.m., it was struck by an eastbound Union Pacific train. 3 environmental groups filed a federal lawsuit Tuesday alleging the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has not done enough to protect the lesser prairie chickens. The birds, native to Kansas and neighboring states, are now listed by the federal agency as a threatened species, which is a step below endangered. Kansas has joined Oklahoma in a federal lawsuit against the designation. 111th State District Representative Sue Boulder of Hays agrees with Governor Brownback that the move goes too far and will result in regulations that will hurt the state's economy.
We know that farmers and ranchers and hunters are the best conservationists in America. We really do a good job. And we really believe quail are next on the list. They have over 120 species found right here in Kansas that they are ready to put on that protected or threatened or endangered list. And the quail is the next one on there. Many of us know that if we would just get a little bit of rain in western Kansas, those flocks would come back. It's the weather. It's not our farming practices or our oil drilling or our electrical lines or our windmills that are doing it, wind turbines. That's just nature, and they've been around for a long, long time. I don't think our practices right now are going to be damaging them anymore.
In May, the Kansas legislature also passed a bill signed into law by Brownback declaring state sovereignty over the birds to block any enforcement of federal regulation. The Hays Arts Council annual Summer Art Walk is Friday, one day before the official start of summer. Although it's usually smaller than the art walks held in the fall and spring, Executive Director Brenda Mader says the summer version continues to grow with a wide variety of art media. One of the 13 exhibits is High Wings Wetlands, paintings by Dolores Pedersen. They're showcased in the Hays Arts Center.
Dolores is also a plein air painter in large part, which means she loves going on site and really experiencing the environment. All the senses are engaged. The smell, the world you're living in, the heat of the sun, watching the water and the birds move as she's sitting out there. And you really see that come alive in Dolores's paintings.
The Art Walk is Friday evening from 7 to 9 p.m. and you can find a complete list of the exhibit locations and several live music performances on the Hays Arts Council website.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Lowe at Lifetime Dental Care in Hays. Why pay more for slow braces when you can save money with fast braces? Fast braces can straighten all of your teeth in as little as 3 months to a year and are safe for children and adults. You can only find fast braces in western Kansas at Lifetime Dental Care in Hays. I am so confident with this revolutionary braces technology that I even put them on my son Hayden.
It's amazing how fast my teeth have adjusted, and it's a lot more comfortable than I thought it was going to be.
So call now to schedule a free consultation and see if Fast Braces is right for you.
Well, missing out on full conversations. My children had mentioned to me, Dad, you're missing so much. I needed to come in and get it taken care of, and I'm glad I did. So you just put them in every morning and change the batteries when they need to be changed, and you just become accustomed to having them in.
If you're suffering from hearing loss, stop by Hearing Solutions today and be another satisfied customer tomorrow. Happy birthday. I love you. I'm sorry. Happy anniversary. Get well. Congratulations. Thinking of you. Just because. Flowers by Francis for any occasion, 2424 Vine Street in Hayes.
This is a news update from the Salina Post. The winter wheat harvest is picking up over a big chunk of Kansas. The industry group Kansas Wheat reports farmers were cutting Wednesday across all of southern Kansas and across central Kansas, almost up to the Nebraska border. Group spokeswoman Marcia Boswell says growers in northeast and northwest Kansas have not yet started harvesting, but farmers elsewhere are trying to get into the fields if they're dry enough. She says the group has had reports of cutting extending as far north as Cloud and Mitchell counties in north central Kansas. The group reports that some farmers are struggling with the height of the wheat because the shorter crop makes it more difficult for combines to keep headers out of the mud. A tar pot being used by a roofing company at the West Plaza Country Mart in Abilene caught fire Wednesday afternoon, forcing the store to evacuate for a short period of time. Bob Sims, the Abilene fire chief, explained that crews were called to the Country Mart about 2:15 for a report of a tar pot on fire in the parking lot. While en route, fire crews could see black billowing smoke from the scene, and once they arrived, they put the fire in the tar pot out. The store was evacuated for about 20 minutes, and everything was then turned back over to employees. The tar pot was being used by a roofing company that was working on the store's roof. Sims confirmed there's no damage to the property and no injuries were reported. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment's rescinded a boil water advisory for Howison Heights Water District north of Salina. The boil water advisory was issued back on June the 5th because of a loss of pressure in the system due to a power outage. Laboratory testing on the latest samples collected from the Howison Heights Water District supply indicate no evidence of contamination, and all other conditions that place the system at risk of contamination are deemed by the KDHE officials to be resolved. A Kansas-based abortion rights group operating a clinic in the late Dr. George Tiller's former medical building in Wichita has disbanded its political action committee. Trust Women faced criticism from the anti-abortion group Operation Rescue that the PAC's real purpose was to help start the Southwind Women's Center. Trust Women Executive Director Julie Burkhart said that allegation is false. Campaign finance records show that Trust Women PAC made a few contributions to candidates after its founding in August of 2009. It was fined twice by the Federal Elections Commission in the past 2 years, paying more than $4,200 for failing to meet reporting requirements. Burkhart said Trust Women is focused on providing direct care and didn't have time for political activities. The PAC disbanded back on May 15th. As we first reported yesterday, the Kansas Board of Regents is raising tuition and fees at state universities this fall by as much as 5.7% for some students. The board approved the proposals Wednesday from the 6 state universities, the University of Kansas Medical Center in Kansas City. But the Regents said the increases in tuition were the smallest since 2001. The increases would provide almost $29 million in additional revenues for the universities. The largest is a 5.7% increase for in-state undergraduate students at K-State Salina. In-state undergraduates at Kansas State's main campus in Manhattan will see an increase of 5.2%. At the University of Kansas, the most popular option for tuition and fees for in-state graduates will rise by 3.4%. A new residence hall at Kansas State University is being named to honor John Weefald, the university's president from 1986 through 2009. The university says Weefald Hall will be the first residence hall built on the school's main campus since Haymaker Hall in 1967. This has been a news update from the Salina Post.
Thanks, Randy. For updates to these stories and more news, click on our website, hayespost.com. Meteorologist Dan Holliday is in next with a check of our weather forecast. Stay tuned.
A kaleidoscope of color is what you'll find at Mamsells. Surf and lime, aqua and coral, pop your black with emerald. We have an amazing selection of ankle pants, crops, and capris.
Everyone's excited for the new spring fashions.
And we invite you to experience Mamsells.
Gibson's Health Mart Pharmacy in Waukene, a pharmacy plus a whole lot more. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies dedicated to you, the customer. Stop into Gibson's and enjoy a friendly smile and a helping hand. Whether you need photos, home health, beauty aids, cosmetics, count on Gibson's. When it comes to pharmacy, there is no better choice. Gibson's Health Mart pharmacists take the time to get to know you, explain your medications, and answer questions you may have. Gibson's Health Mart in downtown Waukene. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
The Eagle Communications fan base is growing. Be an Eagle fan today and hit it big with double play and triple play offers for the best in high-speed internet, digital television, and reliable telephone service. These offers won't last long, so take advantage of these out-of-the-park deals today. For more information, call 877-61-EAGLE or visit eaglecom.net. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Partly cloudy overnight. Our low will be in the mid-60s with a light northeasterly wind. Sunny, windy, and warm during the day on Friday with a high in the low 90s. And we could see a thunderstorm push our way Friday night into Saturday. Otherwise, our low 68, Saturday 95. From the Eagle Storm Watch Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dan Holliday.
And that's Hayes Post News. Thanks for watching. I'm Becky Kaiser.